So today's challenge is Mob of the Dead, but I can only open one door. And if you didn't see the community post, yes, this is still the old style of videos of me just playing on my Xbox and editing on my phone because while I did get most of the stuff on my new computer set up, I don't have a mic that's good, and I'm not gonna record audio on my phone and transfer it to the computer because that's just basically extra steps and would honestly take longer than just editing on my phone after playing on Xbox. So I'm just going to do this for the time being until I have a mic. Should get good at soon, but I don't know the exact day, so yeah. But getting to the challenge, yeah, I can pretty much just open one door, which is the spawn room door. And when you open this one, it actually opens both sides of it, like the side that goes to the cafeteria and the side that goes to that little area where the B23R is and the first dog that you have to fill up for the Hell's Retriever. I didn't really go to the side with the B23R because, well, it's just the worst area and the MP5 is just better than the B23R. So I just didn't even bother with going to the B23R side because, I mean, there's no point. I'm not going to use the B23R and I'm not going to go to a smaller area. So I basically just stayed in front of the cafeteria the entire game. And because I can only open the one door, that pretty much means there will be no perks, no shield, no wonder weapons. I'm pretty much only going to be using the MP5. I could get an M14 or an Olympia or a B23R, but I mean, is there really a point? The MP5 is probably just the best gun I can get in the areas that I can go to, so I didn't even bother with buying any other guns because it'd be helpful, I guess, to switch to the M1911 occasionally. Like, if I run out of ammo and it switches to the M1911, at least the thing has mobility. I'm not really going to be killing with the other guns, so I just didn't really care. And it also means I have to deal with Brutus with no jug, and he insta-red screens me, which I guess doesn't really matter because, I mean, a zombie hit basically insta-red screens me because I'm always a one hit after a zombie hit, but yeah, it's still pretty annoying. He actually isn't that strong though, and MP5 can kill him, but I mean, he's just big and has a big hitbox, so he can make training a lot more annoying. And basically the only saving grace of this, since I have no perks, is the fact that Mob of the Dead has afterlives, so I can die 10 times and be completely fine. And this challenge was already getting difficult on round 11 when my MP5, while still good, isn't really able to just let me camp in this corner anymore, and I'm actually having to start to train the zombies with no jug. And outside the cafeteria is a pretty tight space, so I took my first down on round 11, but wasn't too scared because, again, I have afterlives, and I actually had all three of them right there, so I figured I would just be fine to get back up and immediately start training again. However, it's kinda hard to keep going when no jug, and I'm just getting double swiped because I'm in a tight area. Training at the cafeteria when you don't actually have the cafeteria opened, don't have jug, and don't have a shield isn't actually the greatest spot, so I took another down pretty much as soon as I got back up, and had now 0 afterlives left, and was on my last chance. Luckily for me, there was a perfect opening for me to run to as soon as I got up, so I was able to have the full horde together, get some ammo, and then immediately just kill all of them because my gun is still good. It's just not good enough to let me camp, and I wasn't shooting them beforehand. On round 12, my clip starts with me going down. I guess I downed right there. I don't really remember how it happened because it's not fully recorded, but I went down and again had 0 afterlives and 0 ammo, but I managed to get past the zombies and get the ammo again, and pretty much I was just going down trying to get ammo every time because the MP5 was still really good. It just, again, I couldn't camp with it, and so when I'd have to go get ammo, I'd usually die from the zombies that were running over to me. So I was pretty much just taking it down every round when I would run out of ammo and not, wouldn't be able to camp anymore. But on round 13, I managed to get out of that little spot, but I wasn't even out of ammo, so I was just training around in the big area, trying to find what the best, training strategy was for this. So I would pretty much just stand back here for a little while until I felt like I couldn't, then just immediately try to get out of that area and run around the entire front cafeteria. And what would really come in clutch during this was drops. Nukes and insta-kills were insanely clutch because I can basically just camp and spam. And then this time I actually had a Brutus spawn in, but he's pretty weak, as long as you can single him out before he like gets grouped in with the zombies, he's pretty easy to kill, but if he does manage to make it in the horde, it's kind of hard to single him out. So you just gotta kill him like fast as soon as he spawns in and you should be fine. But yeah, the drops were like very, very good in this because my gun is full auto and lightweight and its reload isn't slow, so I can basically just spam the living crap out of it on insta-kill. What's not good was this down on round 15, but I still had all my afterlife, so I was pretty much confident that I would just be able to get out of it. But the zombies just decided to hug me literally while I'm down, so I had to shock them out of the way and then was just like, okay, yeah, I can revive myself and just get them hoarded up. But it almost went wrong, but I got a very lucky nuke and was able to grab that without going down, and then just went and got ammo and just played the rest of the round like running around the full area and then hit 16. And one thing about this challenge that really interested me was the fact that there's kind of a leaderboard for this on ZWR. If you didn't know, that's Zombies World Records, but it's a little community leaderboard where it's basically you have to stay in the MP5 area. There's one of these for a couple maps, and Mob of the Dead has a leaderboard. So I was just kind of looking at it to see like what round I think I would be able to get to. And 7th in the world was round 20, so I was hoping to get to at least round 20. I wasn't recording full gameplay, so I couldn't submit my game to it anyway, but I felt like that was just a good goal to try and get. And this game you're seeing now is actually my first attempt, and I was doing very well considering this was actually my first attempt, and I don't even know the last time I've played Mob of the Dead, but I guess all my hours of training in the cafeteria or this area for Mob of the Dead high rounds has paid off because this was actually just my first attempt, and I was doing very, very well with that nuke literally getting me to round 18, and I was very happy with this because, I mean, like I said, my round goal was 20, and I was pretty close to it on my first attempt. And on 18, I got a nuke, which gave me this insta-kill you're seeing me use now, which pretty much got me through, like, the entirety of the round, except for, like, one zombie at the end. So I was going on to round 19, and I had all my afterlife, so I was very, very confident that I would be able to make it to round 20. On round 19, things went wrong very fast, with me running out of ammo, when a Brutus spawned in, and he got in the middle of the horde, which makes him way harder to kill because it's way harder to hit him, when first of all I can barely see him because there's so many zombies around him, and I can also barely hit him because I can't stand still for long because I don't have Jug, and I could barely see him in the middle of the horde. Luckily I did kill him, and he dropped me a nuke, and then I got an insta-kill from the zombies, which pretty much guaranteed me to get through 19 and go on to 20, which was my goal, so I was very happy with that. On a challenge where I literally can't use any perks, even though there is afterlives, I would still say around 20 is a pretty good goal, especially since I'm training in a small area. But I wasn't going to stop at 20, I was obviously going to keep going since I was still playing pretty well, and I was confident that I could honestly just go farther, and I was having fun with this, not going to lie. So I just decided to keep going, and I started training more in like the center area rather than that little corner I was in, because that corner was like the reason I was getting in bad situations 90% of the time, so training out here was just a much better option. And then on round 21, during an insta-kill, a zombie had run across this like little thing above me and dropped down behind me, literally like snuck up on me like a ninja and got me down on an insta-kill. They just have weird pathing in that little area above me, so he just ran like straight past me and then just climbed down, which very much surprised me, but I mean, I still had an insta-kill when I got up, so I was fine. But like, that pathing is just so weird. The fact that he just walked straight over me and then climbed down, like, actually scared the crap out of me. For some reason on round 22, I went back to my old strategy of like standing in this corner, and it pretty much immediately went wrong. As soon as I tried to leave it because I realized it was stupid, I got blocked by a zombie and took it down. I did have all my afterlife still though, so I was probably just going to be chilling. I would just get back up and just get straight back into the training that I was doing. And then as soon as I got up, I just tried to jump through a gap that I was definitely not going to make it through. So I took a second down, and that's where I started to get really worried because I did not want this game to end because I was doing really well. And then I was actually very confident I would be able to make it out right here, but I took like the worst possible path and ran into this corner rather than in like the bigger open hallway in front of me. I don't know what I was thinking there, to be honest. And now I'm in a tiny little corner with all the zombies in front of me. I have a direct pathway in front of me. I just gotta wait for all the zombies to get out, revive myself, and then just run into that hall and hopefully get the whole horde together. But I got scared I was gonna bleed out, so as soon as I revived myself, there was some in front of me that blocked me and killed me. So I died on 22, but honestly, that was still pretty good considering my goal was 20. I was happy with it. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.